what this is about for us is to show people. By the way, this is a bottle for you. Yeah.
Oh, I love gifts.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll just put this away for later. Thank you. No, thank you very much.
Very welcome.
Yeah. Awesome. Now, I've had it, and I shared that with you right before we started rolling tape, and it is awesome. I had it with a mixture of blueberries.
It was blueberry and lemonade.
And lemonade, and it was just. It has a pillow soft texture, yes indeed, and it will lay you down.
Yeah.
So for those of you that are animal lovers, and I will say that I'm an animal lover, but really the basic animals, because sometimes I have a little fear, I'll admit that. But I'm really, really a dog lover, and I believe that dog is truly a man's best friend. A dog can be more loyal to you than your own partner or husband. I'm telling you this because I know, and the way to find out is put your dog and your husband in your trunk. After 15 minutes, see who still has the trunk, right? Still the dog. Welcome back to the Pork Chop Show. I'm Linnet Carty. Hi, you guys, and if you're just joining us, I'm here with Carolyn LaChance. She's from the Forest Park Zoo, and yes, we have on camera with us Pork Chop, and Pork Chop is a porcupine, and if you can't tell, I'm terrified. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. He's eating right now, which is great. He's having some broccoli.
He's been on TV before. Don't worry, you're safe. Actually, what you're looking at, the brown stuff is actually his fur, and all these white things, those are his quills. And his quills, he can have about 30,000 on his body, and they range in thickness as you go down his back.
Yeah, he just did a shake, you guys. When we were at the break, he did a, you know, a little hard shake. Scared me a little bit, but I guess I'm okay now.
You're okay. You did not get quilled. He could
not
shoot out his quills. No. So his quills actually release. What has to happen is he has to be nervous and afraid, and you actually have to be towards the back end of him. So
to get it.
Yeah.
So
So
what
his
hypnosis
tail,
actually is, it's a way of communicating with the subconscious mind so that we believe what we're told, and it's that belief that changes people's lives, that makes them believe that they're better than they used to think they were.
Okay.
Yeah.
So can you use it to like look in that camera and tell the IRS, don't send any more bills, don't send any more bills?
Well, yeah, it's funny because I do a lot of corporate and I do a lot of college shows, and I'll ask people.
Of course, I come from West Indian roots too, and I'll tell you, I live in a large West Indian community in Bloomfield, and people were setting off firecrackers. One of my neighbors had her 3 boys running down the middle of the street at 10 o'clock at night. They're my practice. They're my practice. You know, so it was a wonderful thing. She's getting them ready. I said, well, where the yellow yum? You know, them need yellow yum, because that's like the same one. You know, they said that's all they ate was yellow yam. As a matter of fact, I heard that somebody sent them some boxes of yellow yam, you know. So I'm just so proud. Everybody knows Julian Bond and everything that he brings to the table, and he's a fabulous man, and he's done great work with the NAACP. I'm interested to see what the new guy is going to bring as well as president and CEO. And Ben Jealous, and for you ladies at home, when you see him, you'll know why his name is Jealous. Because you'll all be jealous that you're not with him. But Ben Jealous is, you know, a Columbia grad, a Rhodes Scholar. He headed up the Rosenberg Foundation. He was the past executive director of the National Newspaper Publishers Association. So he brings a wide variety of experience to an office that I think needs to be rejuvenated and invigorated. Not to forget our history with Julian Bond, but also to take us into the next. Meet Bernie Mac back when the Kings of Comedy came to the Hartford Civic Center. It was still called the Hartford Civic Center. And I had a chance to talk with each one of them, but by far he was my favorite.
Why?
He was down to earth and wanted to give me that time. I told him, you know, I'm just writing for this small African-American newspaper, and, you know, I'd like to interview you for a few minutes, and it wasn't wait 5 minutes. It wasn't, oh, I'll talk to you later. It was, let me talk to you right now. And I just, let me talk to you. And they gave me the once over, let me talk to you. And, you know, I laughed, and he was just as jovial, and he's a warm-spirited man, and you could tell the fun part now, delivering babies, bringing new life into the world. That has got to be.
That's what we do, too,
the most awesome,
as OBGYNs.
Yeah, the most awesome thing. Tell me about your first delivery, what that was like for you.
First delivery,
since my practice or since my residency training?
Your very first one.
Very first one.
You were the catcher.
Let's just talk about the first delivery that I had in my practice.
Yes.
I was on call that day.
Okay.
It is August 22nd, 2008.
Oh, wow, okay.
I had my first call that day since I started practice in a hospital in Wisconsin.
But you've been a doctor for a long time.
Yes,
Yeah.
4 years of training before that.
Okay.
It's a patient, actually, of my partner's
Okay.
who arrived in labor, full term, no complications.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a lot to talk about that.
Amazing.
Yeah,
Did
it's
you
amazing.
cry?
Almost,
Yeah.
because the family shows so much appreciation after delivery. Actually, I had pictures
Oh, I would too.
with the little baby, and actually some more pictures a year after that.
Oh, that's awesome. I think that is so awesome.
Yeah, everything went well. There's no complications. Mom was happy, baby was happy, and I will never forget. August 22nd, 2008.
But today I have a very, very special treat for you. And so, women, if you're at home and even thinking about touching that remote, don't do it, because have I got a treat for you. I have an all-male cast coming up. So take a quick peek at this very short video clip.
Disregarded in Mather, we getting multiple shots fired.
Unit 252 respond on shots fired at Greenfield and Mather.
Tell me why.
The streets done changed.
Welcome back to the Linnet Carty Show, and it's my pleasure joining me today as my guest, Mark Manson, who is the producer, executive producer, and co-creator of Second District.
Yep.
It's the clip that you guys just saw, and with him, the director, Rashad. Welcome, gentlemen. Boston, California. There is crime everywhere. There are good souls everywhere. There are fine men everywhere. But today they in the studio, y'all. They in the studio. So I want to thank you for that. It's been a pleasure having you, handsome gentlemen here. You guys are just gorgeous, gorgeous, aren't they, ladies? They are gorgeous. I know everybody's like Hercules, Hercules, Hercules. At home, they are. They are. Gorgeous. Is it about someone that captures your eye? Is it their sensuous eyes or a beaming smile, or does a uniform drive you wild? Maybe it's a sense of humor or a unique accent that does it for you. What makes someone unforgettable? Stay tuned for this and more coming up next on Black Perspective. Great. Well, let's very quickly talk about some funny things that men say, because we know that sometimes they feel a little bit awkward when they approach us. And I'll share a quick story with you. I was grabbing my lunch at the old Civic Center where the Wendy's was, and I always have a Caesar salad with 3 cartons of milk. And so it's a hot sunny day, and I'm running down the steps with my 3 cartons of milk, and this guy screams very loudly for everyone to hear, "Boy, milk sure does a body good." And I was humiliated. But it was funny, and so I had to laugh. And what was even funnier is I saw him like a year later, and I just felt somebody tap me. And, I turned, and he said, "I see you're still drinking milk. Will you go out with me?" No. It was funny, but no. So what are some funny things that guys have said to you? Tell our viewers, what inspired you to be an orthopedic surgeon?
Right. Well, I guess there are a couple levels to that. First, my parents are from the Caribbean, so there really weren't many options.
School you gone to?
Right. I thought, touch the books, yeah. So that was a big inspiration.
The 5 most dangerous words. What are those words?
What is
it?
that?
Maybe it
maybe
will go
away.
away.
Maybe
I say
it
that
will
all the
go
time, and
away.
I know viewers at home
That's
say
right.
that all the time.
Maybe it will go away, and often it does. My general rule for my patients in my practice, and my practice is kind of, from 8 years old to 98 years old, is 36 to 48 hours later, if it's still hurting, probably should get evaluated.
I fell on the knee, and it just...
Yeah.
And
our knees take a
wow.
beating. The average human being takes about 1 million steps a year. So,
Okay.
knees really, are under a lot of constant stress.
And I hear my knee right now screaming, "If you lose some weight, it'd actually be a little bit better." I was with my friend when she had her baby, and she had complications. He just wouldn't come out, so they decided they were going to do a C-section. And they had like a little curtain over her so she couldn't see, and when they cut her, I thought I was fine. I felt okay. And the doctor flipped up this thing on her belly, and I go, what's that? And he said, oh, that's a fibroid. And I was like, cut it out, because it's pretty good size. And he said, no, I'm going to put it back in because it'll go down after I take the baby out. And then the next thing I heard was, catch her, catch her. And I said, catch who? Well, it was me. So all I know is when I woke up, I was in the bed next to her. Oh yeah, I fainted. Oh yeah, I was down.
That's not uncommon.
And
for women.
She's looking at me like, thanks for being my support. And I'm like, I'm so sorry. Faint.
Well, that's quite some experience.
But I didn't even know I was going to faint. So that was, first of all, online about everything before I had the robotic surgery and tried to learn as much as I could. And seeing the robot and the doctor sitting, working the control, made me think, like, if your doctor is really good at video games, he's going to be pretty good at the surgery. Yes?
Yes.
A little eye-hand coordination movement.
There were some studies which showed that kids who are good gamers really function better than some physicians, some surgeons.
So the eye-hand coordination, that little
is
joke wasn't a joke, it's very true.
It is very true.
Very true. Okay.
Yeah, most women are.
Because you're not going to see anything as big as this anymore. So if you can get that out, you can get almost anything out.
Mostly. The exceptions are, actually, I had a couple of women I have to really abort the procedure. Okay. Both had problem with their lungs. And when the robotic hysterectomy is done, the patient is put in head down, legs up position.
Yes.
And those women with lung problems may not tolerate that position, and they may have problem getting the oxygen.
Okay. No, I was good. I bet I'm fat, but I bend like Gumby. You'll get to hear what kids want to be when they grow up. And do you know what you want to be when you grow up?
A fireman. Teacher. Basketball player. I want to be a vet. A fireman. An actress. A basketball player. A teacher. A boxer. An artist. A veterinarian. A doctor. A baseball player. And I do a soccer player. A professional chef or a hip-hop dancer.
Chief executive officer, just like my dad.
I want to be an astronaut. A fireman. A teacher. And a spaceman. A doctor. A singer.
I think that there are many possibilities of what I want to be, and it would be foolish to pick one right now.
A forensic scientist.
Boxer.
Teacher like mommy.
A psychiatrist.
Mom. An NFL player.
Author. A scientist, kind of a rock star.
Maybe an artist.
Being a teacher.
That. A baseball player. Be an actor, a singer, or a teacher. Maybe a teacher.
A princess in a tower.
Isn't it awesome? That last little girl was my niece, saying that she wanted to be a princess in a tower. Well, I called her about a week after when I was editing this tape, and I said to her, Candace, every single child that I interviewed picked something real. Like your brother wanted to be a CEO like your dad, and your other brother, he wants to be a boxer. So can you please pick something real that you want to be when you grow up? Her answer, I want to be a real princess in a real tower. Now we know every segment about kids always has bloopers, so let's check out some of these bloopers. Out of the mouth of babes. And what do you think you might want to be when you grow up? You can pick more than one thing. So Owen, tell me, what do you like about preschool?
At school today when my mama picked me up, I had a little bit of rough because I had a little bit of rough day with the wood chips.
Can you tell me something you like about your teacher? What do you like about your teacher?
Today, when I was in school, my friend Andre had an accident. Don't laugh about it.
I'm sorry.
not funny, right?
You're right, baby. It's not funny. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to laugh about it.
What do you like about Miss Michelle?
Because you know what the accident was?
What?
My friend Andre threw up.
Oh, that's not a nice accident. You're right. I shouldn't have laughed. I'm sorry. I hope he feels better.
Yeah, and he had to go home late.
Okay. All right, so Russell, how old are you?
4.5.
Okay, so can you say hi? I'm Russell and I'm 4.5. Ready? Go.
Hi, Russell. What?
Okay, Kate, you're doing a good job. Try to look in the camera, okay?
Do you have a pet at home?
Yeah, Tyson.
Oh, what's Tyson? Is he a cat?
No, he's a dog.
Oh, he's a doggy. Do you like to play with him?
Yeah, but he's did poopy in the snow.
Awesome. When I asked the young little man, Owen, about what he liked about his teacher, and he told us that funny story about his kid, another kid in his class throwing up, we laughed. We shouldn't have laughed, but it was hysterical. But you know what we really get from that is the fact that he loved the way that his teacher took care of his friend.
That's all I'm done.
Okay,
And that's it. I want to thank my viewers over in the UK and in Ireland. And welcome, Jamaica. I understand you pick up the show. I'm so happy that you all are watching. And you will see more of Linnet Carty Show in our next taping. Thanks for watching. And remember, I love you more than I love cook food.